Hello, welcome to Chapter 8, Lesson 6. We're going to compare fractions. So we have the least common denominator. That's the least common multiple of the denominators of the fractions. You can use least common denominator to compare fractions. Good news is, I'm going to teach you the book way, and I'm also going to teach you a shortcut. Trevor made 2 out of 3 goals. So that fraction is going to represent 2 out of 3. And Tyler made 5 out of 6 goals. So that's going to represent 5 out of 6. Who made a greater fraction of goals? So find the LCM of the denominators. So my denominators are the numbers on the bottom, so 3 and 6. So I'm going to find my least common multiple between 3 and 6. So I have 3, 6, and then there I have 6. So the least common multiple of 3 and 6 is 6. Now I have to find the equivalent fractions of a denominator with the denominator of 6. So my goal is I need to change my denominator of both numbers to 6. And how to do that? 3. So I know 3 times 2 is 6. And whatever I do to the bottom, I must also do the top. So I get 4 out of 6, because 2 times 2 is 4. So I'm going to review that one more time. Since my least common multiple is 6, I want my denominator to be 6. So 3 times 2 is 6. And whatever I do to the bottom, I must do to the top. So 2 times 2 is 4. Now my denominator here is already 6, so they just multiply it by 1. I get 5 over 6. Now that my denominators are the same, I can compare my fractions. So I have 6, 6, and then here, now I compare my numerators. So 4 over 6 is going to be less than 5 over 6 because 4 is less than 5. So therefore, 2/3 is less than 5/6. So 5/6 made a greater fraction of goals. Now, I'm going to show you the shortcut. And the shortcut is going to be way easier. So here's my fraction of 2/3, and here's my fraction of 5/6. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to multiply up. I can only go up. So I'm going to draw these 2 arrows. Notice my arrows are going up and they cross. Now this is a shortcut. So if I multiply 3 times 5 is 15. And if I multiply 6 times 2 is 12. 15 is greater than 12, so I'm going to say 2/3 is less than 5/6. That is a shortcut. So we're going to do, let's see if we have another example. We're going to do the example, and we're going to do the shortcut method first this time. So we have 3/5 and 1/2. So remember, we always multiply up. Always going up. 5 times 1 is 5. 2 times 3 is 6. And 6 is greater than 5, so 3/5 is going to be greater than 1/2. Now let's try it the book way to see if this is true. So I have to make my denominators the same, so I have to find the least common multiple. So I'm going to go 5, multiples is 5, and then 10. 10's even, and I know 2's have all the even numbers, so more than likely my least common multiple is going to be 10. So I need both of my fractions to have denominators of 10. In order to get to 10, I have to multiply it by 2, so I'm going to multiply the top and bottom by 2. So I have 5 times 2 is 10, 3 times 2 is 6. With 1/2, 2 times 5 is 10, and then 1 times 5 is 5. So I have 6 over 10 and 5 over 10. And since 6 is greater than 5, that means 6/10 is greater than 5/10. So 3/5 is greater than 1/2. And if you look back at our shortcut, which was a lot less work, we still got the same answer of greater than. So go ahead and try the guided practice. If you like, use any method, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to do the shortcut over here, 1/5 and 1/3. So I'm going to multiply 5 times 1 and 3 times 1. So 5 times 1 is 5, 3 times 1 is 3. 3 is going to be less than to 5. So 1/5 is less than 1/3. And if I try the other method, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, I have a least common multiple of 15, so my denominators must be 15. 5 times 3 is 15. 1 times 3 is 3, because I have to multiply top and bottom by 3. This one, I need 15, so 3 times 5 is going to be 15, so top and bottom by 5. So I get 5 over 15. So if I have 3 over 15 and 5 over 15, 3 is less than 5. So we still get less than. My recommendation is to try the shorter method. And thank you for watching.